Well, there it is. It's a new Dodge. Different. This one's different because it has a bad transmission in it. Brand new Dodge 2001. Blown manual transmission. Seems I drove it home from the dealership and I lost fifth gear on the highway. Now reverse doesn't work. The truck's in pitiful condition. Chrysler Corporation refuses to give me a new transmission. So today I went and bought one. I'm going to go pick it up and you're going to see the whole video of the truck being rebuilt. Oh, here it goes. Okay, we're going to demo the truck's problem. We're going to first try to start it up and we'll get the mileage. Does it get the mileage on it? I can't even read it. There it is. You see that? That's the mileage of the truck. 72 miles. It broke at 50. By the time I got home I had 60. And after the dealer test drove it, it's up to 72. That's where we're at right now. The truck's running. And I'm going to show now the problem. First I'm going to put it in first gear, and then I'm going to try it in fifth gear. And you'll see the truck won't move in fifth gear. It should load up and it won't do that either. Okay, I'm in first gear, and I'm going to let out the clutch. The truck should move. Oops. Okay, here we go. See, I can move the truck.
Gear, goes forward.
You see the truck move forward? See how the truck moves? That means the clutch is engaging and getting transmission properly, and the engine will move the truck. Okay, now I'm going to put it in fifth gear. Bring it back over here, that's the shifter. That's neutral. I go all the way over to the right and up. Now I'm in fifth gear. See? Neutral, fifth gear. I'm going to let out the clutch. Nothing. The truck is not moving. The clutch is released in fifth gear. The truck is not moving. The transmission is not working properly. I'm going to put it in fourth gear, and you can see that it will load up. You can see fourth gear, the truck moves. And fifth gear is not there anymore. I can't even get it in fifth gear now. Okay, that's it for the demonstration. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to remove the transmission and replace it. Okay, first step. Disconnect battery negative cable and the removal of the transmission, four-wheel drive, NV4500. Let's just go ahead and do it. Okay, we lifted the boot up, and now the next thing is we're going to remove the bolts that remove that isolation tower underneath. Okay, we removed the shifter, and that's actually a step before removing the bolts of the isolation plate. We're going to now remove the bolts for the isolation plate. Okay, what I did here is I was supposed to take out the isolation plate, and I did, but it was a lot easier to take it out if I took the console out first, so I took the console out, no big deal. And now you can see the transmission's all exposed. There's a couple of wire looms into there. I'm going to unclip them and let them float, so when the transmission comes down, they'll be, won't be pulling on the wires. Alright, the shift tower has been removed, the isolator plate has been removed. I put some duct tape over the top of the transmission and wrapped some electrical tape around it to try to seal it, because once you take that tower off, it's open to the inside of the transmission, and we don't want to get any dirt in there, so I tried to seal it up. Hopefully that'll stay on there when we take the transmission out. Okay, next step was to raise the vehicle. Vehicle is raised. Hoo-ha. Alright, now we gotta take out the transmission. It's like a bash plate or something. Some extra thing I paid $150 for. It ain't worth it. Let me show you. Can you see that little plate right there? That's what they want me to take out. It cost $150 extra. Had to buy it for one of the options required it. Anyway, I'll take that off next. Oh, that's it. Big deal. A little tin skid plate's been removed. Okay. Said to mark the drive shaft so we know But the polarity is when I put it back in because of the balancing. I painted it with a little bit of flat black paint. Hopefully that'd be fine. Same thing here, a little bit of flat black paint on the rear drive. And I'll mark that before I remove it. That's the next step. Okay, the drive shafts are out, and now we're going for the next step. Next step, support the engine and get ready to unbolt the transfer case. You'll have to take out the bracket for the transfer case. Fun parts beginning. That's the old transmission. So we're gonna get ready to unbolt the transfer case. So we're gonna put that on the transmission jack and lower it down. This is what it looks like. No cross member. Got that out. That was a major nightmare to get that out. A lot of work. But it's out, and it's all ready now to stop removing the transfer case. I have to disconnect the mount for the exhaust, but I think we're going to leave the exhaust in and slide that transfer case right off the back. Got a lot of bolts to unbolt. A couple of them are high up, they're hard to get at. But we'll do it. Well, you can see that the transfer case is removed. There's the transmission. And next step here is to loosen up the slave cylinder a little bit so that it takes off the pressure off the release bearing. And then unbolt the 4 bolts that hold the transmission in, put it on the transmission jack, and lower it out of the vehicle. Wow, things moving right along. There's a new transmission. There's his buddy, the transfer case. Just pulled out the transfer case, and the transmission is right there. The two are going to be married and put into the truck. Well, you can see that the transfer case is removed. There's the transmission, and next step here is to loosen up the slave cylinder a little bit so that it takes off the pressure off the release bearing, and then unbolt the 4 bolts that hold the transmission in, put it on the transmission jack, and lower it out of the vehicle. Well, it's halftime. Transmission's out. It's the bell housing. We're ready to fight with it and try to get it back in again. Well, there's the old transmission. There's a new transmission. Now we gotta get it on the jack and try to get it in the truck. There's a new transmission all on the jack, ready to go in. We'll see what happens. Hopefully it will slide right in. That's one. Okay, the wires have been dressed, the new transmission is in place, and we're getting ready to put in the transfer case. It's the next step. Looking pretty good so far. Okay, transfer case is in, cross members in, transmission's in. Next step is, what are we going to do? Put the drive shafts in. Well, now that the truck's all back on all fours, we got to put the shift tower back in. We'll probably take it for a little spin around the block. If all's well, we'll put the console in, and we're going to continue the process. We're almost done. There she is. She's all back together. I hope everything works.
The job is done. Oh, it's going down. Oh, it's on all 4 wheels again.
I got this Mopar gasket maker, and I have to put a bead right around here on top of the transmission. First quick test drive. She seems to be running fine. I'm psyched. We're going to put the console in and we're going to give her a bath. Hallelujah. All together, no spare parts. Beautiful. Everything went perfect. The truck is better than new. The wiring was a mess underneath, and it's all neat now because that's my specialty. So this thing is primo. Hopefully we won't have any more big disastrous problems.
There he is, washing his new truck. After all the work he did. We did, I should say.
Should be able to do this a long time ago.
Mother's Day weekend was quite the weekend. There it is. The sun's shining and Gary's happy.